Okay, good evening guys. Good evening everyone. Okay, so here we go. Naka-live na tayo. Okay, my name is Reggie Nabato. I am the Product Solution Manager for Cybersecurity Solution. So, included doon yung BackBox, Ekran, and Safety. So, for today, we will talk about BackBox Network Intelligent Automation Platform. So, pero before that, kung bago ka palang napadaan dito sa Facebook page ko or sa YouTube, please click like or follow or subscribe para sa YouTube. Okay, so moving forward, what is BackBox nga pala? But prior to that, allow me to give you some information regarding our ideal data center. Okay? So basically, as what we can see is an ideal data center. So usually dito sa data center nito, dito tayo gumagawa ng mga nagko-collocate ng mga applications natin, mga servers natin. So probably dito sa Philippines, may mga telcos, mga giant telcos na talaga nag-host ng collocation bukod sa isang number one distributor na kilala dito sa Pilipinas. Okay, so what I am saying is, uh, as we all know, for the past 7 or 8 months, pandemic crisis. And through that pandemic crisis, so talagang nagkaroon tayo ng movement limitation. Uh, Alam naman natin na nagkaroon tayo ng lockdown na kung saan may mga areas, actually lahat ng area dito sa Manila, talagang limited yung paggalaw natin. Walang masakyan. So, kahit pa may sasakyan tayo, may mga area na hindi talaga tayo makakapasok. Okay? So, moving forward, just to think of it, let's say ikaw yung may-ari ng isang, ikaw yung CEO or ikaw mismo yung owner ng isang organization. Tapos, mainly ang business mo is more on IT industry, or kung hindi man more on IT industry, at least you are in a financial, uh, manufacturing, and ano pa ba, government. So, alam naman natin lahat ng yan, gumagamit yan ng mga information technology devices. Okay? So, where are we? Okay. What I'm saying is, kapag dumating yung point na talagang limitado ang paggalaw natin, so, paano natin i-maintain, paano natin isisiguraduhin na up and running yung mga devices natin, yung mga IT devices natin. I'm referring to network, switches, hub, privilege access management, and then storage, mga load balancer, etc. and so on. So again, based on my experience, I just want to impart my experience in terms of getting inside of a data center. So ang challenges talaga is hindi tayo makapasok kasi kailangan natin mag-secure ng permit. And then once na nakapasok na tayo, mag-undergo tayo sa tinatawag nilang iba't ibang layers of security. So, pagdating naman natin sa loob ng mismong data center, usually yung mga rack talagang nakalock. What if kung yung kailangan pala nating device na i-check is nakalock at kailangan nating buksan? So, ang nagiging challenges mostly is talagang very time consuming. Okay? So, again, on my slides, I'm showing you the ideal data center. So, napakaganda, napakalinis, napakaayos. So, kumbaga sasabihin natin, easy to manage, napakadaling i-maintain, sabi nga nila. Once na kailangan natin ng maintenance, upgrades, and so on and so forth. So, Ganun kasimple. But in reality, I understand, uh, medyo may mga challenges. Okay? Ano tong mga challenges na to? Usually, yung mga data center na ganyan, yung mga devices niya, it holds a complex configuration. So, napakadaming mga configuration, lalo na if we are talking about multiple devices here, multiple branch. And at the same time, dahil nga multiple devices siya, of course, iba-iba yung brand niya, meron tayong kakulangan, and that is lacking of unified management system. Na kung saan, meron tayong tinatawag na single pane of glass, kung saan natin i-monitor, i-update, or etc. Gagawin natin kung ano yung mga pwede nating gawin para sa maintenance. Next is, the manual process is time consuming. Katulad nga ng sabi ko, kanina, earlier, what we need to do is to get a we need to secure a permit. Kailangan approve ng mga kinauukulan para makapasok tayo doon sa data center, and para magalaw natin, magkaroon tayo ng access sa mismong mga switches natin. And ano effect? Of course, what if, just imagine, kung nagkaroon lang siya ng downtime, nag-power trip, or nagkaroon lang ng uh, konting problema na kailangan lang natin is i-power cycle para para bumalik sa normal yung operation niya, or kung hindi naman kaya kailangan lang pala mag-upgrade ng patch or mag-restore ng patch. So dahil nga dun sa mga process na pinagdaanan natin, for sure tatagal tatagal siya. Ang tendency, nagkakaroon tayo ng longer downtime for the network. So yan yung mga challenges. Okay. So, of course, meron tayong best practice pagdating sa mga network configuration changes. Ano ba ito? Okay, number one, what we need to do is to create a standard configuration of device classification. So, kung meron kang 100 Cisco, kailangan meron kang standard configuration for that. If you have a Fortinet, might as well, kailangan meron ka rin standard configuration para, ang gagawin mo na lang, i-upload. But just imagine, kung 100 yon, 100 devices, and then mag-upload ka isa-isa. You see kung gaano kahirap. Okay, so much for that. Next is, at least, we have to maintain the current and the previous network configuration. Why? Kasi there are times, based on my experience as network administrator, yung in-upload ko na network configuration, it happens na hindi siya compatible sa ibang devices. So, kailangan meron tayong babalikan. Hindi lang puro upgrade na ito yung updated configuration, kailangan ito yung gagamitin natin. Of course, we have to consider na may mga configuration na talagang hindi para doon sa isang specific devices. Kasi nga meron siyang compatibility issue. Okay. So, again, what we need is, kailangan natin mag-maintain ng current and previous network configuration. Well, kahit saan naman, that's a best practice in terms of IT pagdating sa mga configuration. Third thing is, we have to keep track of configuration changes. Kung ano yung mga nagbabago sa configuration natin. Kung this day, nagkaroon ng changes, the following day, at kinailangan natin balikan, last week pa, the good thing is, meron tayong babalikan. Kasi nga, natatrack natin yung mga configuration niya. Okay. And one of the best practice na kailangan natin para magkaroon tayo ng smooth operation in terms of maintaining data centers, yung mga facilities natin, at least kailangan meron tayong network automation. So, we need to automate our network task. Hindi natin siya gagawing manual scripting. Why? Kasi, so far, alam naman natin, pag manual scripting or manual process, usually talagang very prone to error. As in, very prone to error. I understand most of you na nanonood nito will agree with me na kapag manual lang ginagawa natin, talagang very prone siya pagdating sa network. Very prone siya in terms of human error. Okay? Next is, may mga organization ako na nalaman ah, na hindi sila nakakapag-document kung ano yung mga network changes nila. So, ang ginagawa lang nila is upgrade, palit. Pero yun nga, walang proper documentation. Kasi nga naman, just imagine, in fairness with those IT guy naman, if you are maintaining 100 devices consists of network, hub, switches, privilege access management, load balancer, firewall, different brands, etc. and so on. Talagang ang hirap nga document. So, paano natin ipapakita ko sa inyo na it's very possible nowadays. Okay? So, kanina pinakita ko sa inyo yung ideal data center. Ideal data center na kung saan napakalinis, napaka-organized. Usually, pag pumunta ka sa ibang bansa, yung mga data centers like IBM, talagang nakatag talaga yung mga ano, hindi ka actually maliligaw ka in a sense na very uniform. But pagdating mismo sa mismong network niya, hindi ka maliligaw as long as you have the copy. But this one, in reality, we have to admit, ako mismo as an IT guy, very familiar ako pagdating dito sa spaghetti connections. Okay? So, I feel guilty for this because on my early days, being an IT professional, so, na-encounter ko to. Kasi ang hirap talaga i-maintain. Just imagine, nakafocus ka sa everyday, regular task mo. And then, paano mo nga naman i-maintain. So, ang mahalaga, up and running. So, lalo na kapag yung sinasabi nila, may mga company kasi na talagang ang IT is Superman. So, I mean, almost everything. Sila lahat ang gumagawa. And I salute to those IT people na talagang Superman ng kanya-kanyang mga companies. Okay, again, this is the reality. Whether we admit it or not, this is the reality. Talagang yung spaghetti cabling connection na ganito, it really happens. Okay. So, ang tendency, pag nagkaroon ng downtime, nagkaroon ng konting hassle, nagkaroon ng konting problema, si IT guy, actually, this IT is very familiar to me. Kita ko yung legs niya. uh, that that IT guy, his name is Joel. Okay? So, ang tendency, sa sobrang dami ng task na ginagawa niya and lack of unified access management system and at the same time, lack of manpower, hindi na siya na-utilize. Kaya ang tendency, kahit matulog siya ng isang araw, 2 araw, 3 araw sa company, hindi pa rin matatapos yung ginagawa niya for a single task. Kasi nga, well, that's reality. So, most of the time it happens in some IT guys. Okay, kaya hindi madali ang buhay ng mga IT people kung tutusin. Usually nasa isip niya, IT, naglalaro lang yan ng computer games, nagbi-Bitcoin lang yan, nakaupo lang yan, playing office, etc. No, it's not that. Okay? Okay. We have here our objective. Kanina pinakita ko yung mga scenario. Sabi ko nga, work from home, lockdown, pandemic crisis, lahat yan very uncertain na hindi natin alam, biglang nangyari. Okay? So, our objective here is, number 1, to reduce error. Second, to make the network more dynamic. Third is, of course, we would like to simplify the network management na way back then, talagang napaka-komplikado. Okay? Number 4, we would like to optimize the network performance. Next is, of course, we would like to enable deeper network analysis. And ito yung number 6. Because Joel is my friend, I want him to be free up and, makagawa siya ng mga talagang masasabi natin quality, ma-utilize natin yung time and effort niya. Okay? And the last but not the least is to reduce waste. Okay. So from these seven, uh, to, to summarize it all, so ang ginagawa natin dito is gusto nating pagaangin yung buhay ng tao na nagme-maintain ng network at the same time without compromising yung system integrity niya. Tama ba yung nangyayari? Okay ba to? Anong evidence natin na etong ginagawa natin ay talagang walang error? Yan ang i-discuss natin next time. After this. So I would like to introduce to you guys our BackBox Intelligent Automation. So as what you can see on the screen, meron ako ditong IoT devices, Internet of Things. I have here the gadgets, and I have here the endpoints, the laptop. So BackBox is the leading provider of intelligent automation for all security and network devices. So from that from that concept na intelligent automation solutions. So may idea na tayo na okay, it's more on automation, it's more on something like intelligent automation, single pane of glass, etc. etc. Pero hindi dun matatapos yun. Of course, meron siyang more deeper and more valuable solution para sa mga organization and for IT personnel. Okay, so first, allow me to introduce who is BackBox. BackBox started in 2009 and it is based in Tel Aviv, Israel. Okay, so most likely sa EU, EMEA, USA, and dito sa Asia Pacific, APAC. So, ito yung ano niya, yung mismong network niya. And in fact, if I am not mistaken, 7 or 8 years ago, BackBox have established partnership with Palo Alto. BackBox also uh, established partnership with Fortinet. So mga kilalang brand yan. At of course, yung sinasabi nilang very proprietary, BackBox also have a partnership with Cisco. So, proprietary in a sense na sinasabi ko na mostly kasi may mga compatibility issue siya. So, it will run in a specific brand, server, hardware, and so on, etc. So, kailangan meron ganun. In fact, kahit cable. So, kailangan yung gagamitin mong cable sa kanya is compatible sa kanya. Okay, by the way, BackBox is a hardware agnostic. So, meaning, hindi siya dependent sa kahit anong brand ng hardware. So, it will run smoothly in any devices, any brand of hardware. So, in fact, for now, as of now, October 25, 2020, BackBox already have 170 plus supported vendors. So as what you can see, meron siyang Huawei, meron siyang HP, RSA, Avaya. So napakadami. Even Dell. Okay? So we do not have to worry na baka hindi compatible si BackBox sa devices na to kasi ito yung brand niya. So, okay? Of course, it's a multi-vendor capability and support all the following vendors. Ito yun, yung mga binabanggit ko kanina. We have the Arcon, we have the McAfee, we have the Avaya, we have this Dell and Cisco, Bluecoat. I'm sure familiar kayo dito. This is VMware. So, pamoso siya. Lahat ng gumagamit ng hypervisor, nag-virtualize or may mga virtualization environment, so lahat gumagamit yan, VMware. So, meaning, napakadali niyang i-position sa market nowadays. Okay, we have here a few customers. We have the Coca-Cola. We have the, we have the Nestle. We have the AT&T. AT&T Direct Mabuhay Service. Naalala ko lang yung ano. I just remember those commercial. Okay, telecom. So here in the global yan. But here in the Philippines, um, meron tayo ditong installed base and they are on financial sector. And glad to inform you that this Q1 of 2021, magkakaroon tayo ng installed base sa ilang government agencies. Okay? So, medyo na-delayed because of the pandemic crisis and yun nga, yung mga implementation period niya medyo na-slides. But aside from the financial sector na meron na tayo ngayon, uh, by next year of first quarter of the year, magkakaroon na tayo sa government agencies. Okay. Our customer base, just to give you an idea, we have 500 plus customers, 35 countries, and 17 verticals. Ganun siya kadami. So, mostly, meron siya sa education, consulting, telecom carrier, financial, manufacturing, and so on and so forth. Ang dami kasi, so not to mention. Okay, so let's talk about, sorry for my slides, medyo, yan. Okay, let's talk about the networking devices. Kanina binabanggit ko, data center, usually pag pumasok ka sa data center, it consists of multiple network devices. Ano-ano ba yun? So, in terms of networking devices, we have here the routers, the access point, and the switches. So, basic yan, yung tatlo. Pag sinabing networking devices. Ngayon, pag network security devices naman ang sinabi, we have here the firewall, we have the IP address management solution, or IPAMS, and we have the access management solutions. And many more. In fact, kahit yung load balancer, etc., yung mga something like yung mga ganun devices, nagpo-call na siya sa network security devices. Okay? So, okay, let's talk about intelligent automation platform. So, basically, dadaanan ko to. We have the BackBox have a privileged access control. It also have security, audit, compliance, performance, and forecasting. Okay, balik tayo sa privileged access control. Sa privileged access control, usually, we use CLI, web, and remote desktop session. And of course, we have the recording. So, yan yung privileged access control niya. Ngayon, sinunod ko kanina, security audit, of course, we have application-specific parameter monitoring for all the capacity planning, corporate standards, alignment, and security baseline. So, importante ito, security, audit, compliance, and performance forecasting. What I'm saying this is because here in the Philippines, usually, actually, hindi lang dito sa Pilipinas, this is basic, there are a lot of industry standard that we need to follow, that we need to comply. Andyan sa healthcare, we have the HIPAA. Pagdating sa manufacturing, we have the ISO, which is very, very, very pamoso. Sabi nga nila, pagdating sa mga manufacturing, na bagay na ayaw nila pag matatapos na yung taon due to internal and external audit. Okay, so we need to comply. And performance forecasting. So, kung meron ba tayong mga kailangang i-monitor, ano ba yung possibility in the near future. So, yon. Next is the orchestration. Okay? I understand we have multiple device configuration changes. We do upgrades and we do change regular changing of password para nga ma-maintain natin kung ano yung requirement usually. So, policy manipulation and more. So, with orchestration, this is what we are talking about. If you have, just imagine if you have 100 devices, tapos lockdown pa, limited yung oras mo. Paano mo ngayon i-update para matapos mo yung isang araw? Usually, kapag IT ka, kailangan mong tapusin within one day. Sasabihin mo, it's impossible. And it's true. Without the proper tools. Pero with this BackBox, in just a single click, parang, the power is in your fingertips. Napakasimple lang yan. Okay, next is network visibility. Okay, so it's very important for us, for those IT professionals, na kahit nasaan sila, especially nowadays, we are on the emerging technologies, importante na namomonitor nila, nagkakaroon sila ng network visibility. Ano ba yung nangyayari sa network namin? Ano ba yung nangyayari sa uh, few weeks? And ano ba yung mga uh, nadagdag? So we need to have keep track of those devices na nasa network at saka ano yung mga IP assignment niya. For that, on that case, ang nangyayari is, of course, naiiwasan yung, dahil nga meron tayong visibility in terms of, network, and at the same time, yung mga IP address niya, naiiwasan yung mga collisions, naiiwasan yung paggamit ng mga IP. I understand, I do not know kung most of you will agree on this, but there are some employee, based on my experience, na talagang nagpapalit sila ng IP address. Regardless, kahit i-tweak mo yung system mo, or i-lock mo yan, or whatsoever, kung ano yung gawin mo, lagi silang makakakuha ng way para baguhin yung IP address, para matanggal yung restriction nila. Okay? So, I'm sure, yung nanonood, hello sir, you are very familiar with this one, on what I'm saying. Okay, so next is asset management. So it's more on, dynamic retrieval of device asset information, uh, information upgrades, and then let's say if the device already reaches end of life and end of service, so at least we have asset management monitoring for this one. And the last and not the least, of course, again, this one is, I believe, madalas nating marinig, disaster recovery planning. So, pag sinabing disaster recovery planning, ito yung lagi nilang concept. I don't care, magkaroon man ng lindol, ano ba tawag dyan sa lindol na yung sinasabi nila, the big one, yeah? I don't care kung mangyari yan the big one. I don't care kung masunog yung building ko. As long as I have the data, in just a single click, maire-restore at maire-restore ko. Kasi nowadays, ang kayamanan talaga ng mga organization, corporate, enterprise, is yung data nila. Okay? So, this is more on disaster recovery planning. We are talking about recovery time objective and recovery point of time. So, paano natin gagawin? Of course, we need an intelligent automation platform for us to be able to do all this activity na magpapadali ng buhay natin. Okay? So, may I present to you BackBox features. Of course, as what you can see, meron tayong 6 na features. Pero, kung mapapansin nyo, 4 dito sa features na to, nakakulay sky blue, and violet naman yung dalawa. Why? The first 4 is the default. Okay? So, yung dalawa is an add-on. Meaning, granular siya. Or modular, sorry. Modular siya, scalable, and modular. Okay, let's talk about backup and recovery. So, I understand, pag sinabing backup and recovery, alam ko na yan eh. We have this solution na nagba-backup ng VM level, image, nagki-create ng snapshot, nagki-create ng nagba-backup ng data, ng mga data niya, structured and unstructured data. So meron na ako niyan. So ano pinagkaiba ni BackBox? Of course, meron. BackBox is more on device configuration backup. Although